Hi, Bruce. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Cassie?
I'm doing well. Sinking Ship in Washington, D.C. states, "My company has been unstable lately and my team members are leaving for more secure opportunities. What do I do with the schedule now that fewer and fewer people are working on the same amount of activities?"
Yeah, so hopefully what you did was create a resource-loaded project schedule, meaning that you, in addition to figuring out who is responsible for every activity and who else was working on it, you then went to every activity and entered how many hours all the different people were working on that. So when you do that, then you can get something that ends up looking like this when you do resource graph. You can see the when people are loaded or overloaded. And then now when something like this happens where you're losing resources and I guess you're reassigning the resources to the remaining team members, those people who maybe weren't overloaded are now overloaded, and the only way to keep them at the regular amount of loading that they're supposed to have is by increasing the durations of those activities, and you can do that using that Gantt chart.
Okay.
So this way, if anyone argues about you lengthening the project, you can show them, well, here's what happens if I don't do it, and you can see the people overloaded, and then here's what happens if I lengthen this, now they're not overloaded, or maybe somebody's only 50% loaded on my project, I can't load them more than 50% in general.
Right.
So if you weren't proactive enough to load your project correctly in the first place, you can still do that with the remaining team. With the remaining tasks, you can sit down with those team members and say how many hours are you going to be working on this, and plug them all into the Gantt chart that way. There's some things you have to do to enable you to be able to separate hours from duration. It's kind of a complex technique. Well, I'll answer in the next video. But what you can do now is go to your team, the steering committee, and say, look, I had 13 team members, I'm down to 10, here's the effect on my schedule. If I lose any more, it's going to increase in duration. If you give me additional resources, I can reduce the schedule. These two go hand in hand. It gives you a conversation you can have with the management. Good luck with that.
Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. For additional information or to sign up for a class, please click on the link.